party, baby.
On 94.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
It's a party, baby. Woo! It's a party, baby.
Happy Friday! Welcome to Scalzo and Brust. We're presented by Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Boy, did we enjoy some Michelob Ultras last night. Big thanks to the entire crew at the Ingold Family Foundation for having Scalzo and Brust out there last night doing some great work. It's one of those charity events where Ben Brust, Greg Scalzo here with you at the Gruber Law Office. One called That's All Studios downtown. Milwaukee.
You're going to say exactly what I'm thinking. It's just like leaves an impact, makes you realize that Alec Ingold is doing so much with his life, and you're like, what am I doing with my life?
The difference between Alec Ingold, how old is he? 25,
Gotta be
26?
26-ish.
The difference between Alec Ingold at 26 and Ben Brust at 26 is
Astonishing.
27 years old. Yes. Point remains.
That's when I moved to Madison.
I was going to say that it was one of those events where we finished up, and Ben and I hosted a small live auction, Josh. I don't know if Benny told you about this quite yet. So we host a live auction.
The deets.
Host this live auction, crushed it. And I'll get back to the other story, but we crushed it. And afterwards, like, we MC the program a little bit, but like, we did such little lifting. Everyone kept coming up to us and thanking us. And meanwhile, like, Alec Ingold is there doing this incredible presentation. Some fine folks from the Gift of Adoption Fund were there talking about the amazing work they do to help, parents who are adopting have the funds necessary in order to get that process started. And the people in the crowd were the ones donating the actual money. And everyone just kept coming up to us and being like, thank you so much. You guys were great. And we're like, we didn't do anything.
Yeah, and the craziest part about it is it's not just the adoption part of things. There's a financial literacy component. His foundation of what he teaches and builds on with kids is he's already doing more now outside of being an NFL player than if I thought I did anything. I do nothing compared to that 27-year-old. Gosh, very impressed by Alec Ingold.
Very impressed by him during the live auction, Josh.
And you're welcome, everybody, for everything that you thanked me for.
We only had one microphone, so we kind of were splitting the MC duties. We had one microphone for the live auction, so Ben's like, all right, you could be, Pat Sajak, I'll be Vanna White. I'll sort of, bop around the crowd and call out the people, whatever. And so we're doing it that way, and I'm kind of doing we got 1,800, where's the 1,900?
You were doing auctioneer voice?
Oh, yeah.
I was the 1,900, all right, where do we got 2,000? You're trying to just keep the you don't want silence. You're just trying, and we've got this incredible experience down in Miami.
1,800, it's a yacht experience. Come on, you go out to Miami.
At one point, I could just feel Benny getting closer to me, and he was getting just a little bit jealous that I was getting to do the auctioneer thing. So he just didn't even ask me. He literally takes the mic. You didn't ask?
No.
You physically took the microphone out of my hands.
It was in a moment in which there was a pause or something.
Very small pause. He just wanted some of the action. So he takes the mic out of my hands and he starts going, 1,900, can we get 2,000?
I said a little story first. I was like, hey, it's Alec Ingold. You saw the presentation. Your money's going. His fingerprints are on it, babe. Let's get this price up. And then, we got the price up.
And then he starts doing 1,900, 2,000. And then all of a sudden somebody goes 2,000 or whatever it was, and he hands it right back to me. He goes, all right, back to you, Greg. Just wanted a taste.
I've never been an auctioneer guy.
It was an electric move. I was dumbfounded. You just wanted a taste, be honest. You were like, no, you watched me do it, and you were like, that looks fun.
It was so fun. It was electric. I was so grateful that you just stood there as shocked as you've ever been with me, and I saw the look in your face. It's like, what the hell is he doing right now?
Well, because then I didn't know. I was if we would have organized it where I did one, I don't care. As long as we raise money, and I think you're just as good at that as I am. So it's not like, why has Ben doing this? It was more of the lack of communication and you just taking it, and I was like, what's happening?
I felt like we got to a point in the auctioneer process where you did phenomenal, but you just needed a little Brust in there, a little sprinkle of Brust energy.
You said you didn't have the juice, Greg.
No, he had the juice.
No, and
our juices together are great.
That's what she said.
Josh, I understand it, actually. Like, when I'm watching the auctioneer, I'm like, that seems fun. And you were like, that seems fun. And you wish you had a mic. I wish you had a mic.
If we had two mics, it wouldn't have been an issue at all.
That would have been, no. Ben would have been saying incorrect prices because he's trying to beat Greg to the punch on some of them. He'd be trying to spot people before you spotted them. That'd be a mess.
I was the spotter guy. I was just like, hey, over there, and Greg would call that person out. Good team.
Did anybody else in the audience notice what Ben did when he did it?
Oh, absolutely.
No way.
Oh, I talked to people afterwards.
Totally
but
planned.
They were the people that we knew. It wasn't like any strangers came up to me afterwards and said anything.
Can you believe that was like the bridesmaid trying to steal the show of the wedding?
It really wasn't. Like, again, we could have organized it that way. I was just in shock because we didn't. And then you kept getting closer and closer to me. And I was like, is he trying to tell me something? And then you took the mic and I thought there might be like an announcement. Like maybe you went and talked to Alec, because at one point there's one prize that we were able to get like 3 people to do the same thing to triple the money. But you didn't have anything to add other than just, I'm going to push harder on this. Yep. And then I want a taste of a little auctioneer. And then you got one up bid and you're like, all right, back to you, Greg. So it all worked.
No different than being here.
Colin Russo holding things down at the Everlight Solar Studios downtown off the Capitol Square in Madison. Now, Benny, we've got a big dinner tonight.
We do. We have a big dinner tonight, and I just want to shout out, because the audience will not be able to wish my girlfriend a happy birthday on Monday because her birthday is Sunday. So it's more of the pre-rec happy birthday. Her birthday Sunday. Very excited to celebrate the 28th birthday. So Greg and I were going to dinner with the girlfriends and the wife, and then another couple on Saturday. And then I'm making her dinner on Sunday. And I'm not going to lie. Again, I say this. She's amazing. She deserves all of it. But where do we start to draw the line? Where do we draw the line? 3 birthday dinners? 3, Greg. 3 birthday dinners. And I love her. She deserves them all. I'm going to keep saying that. She does deserve them.
But the way you're an idiot. Like, the way you're talking right now is implying, like, it is inherently implying it's too much.
No. Can you? I feel like 2 can work out here. She can deserve all 3. But 3 can also be too much. Or does that not work?
I mean, those things are diametrically opposed. You're an idiot for asking the question. You just do it, and you just have to do it.
My birthday's on a Tuesday. I'm not going to get 3 birthday dinners.
Ben, you make a bigger deal of your birthday than anybody I know. The fact that you're being a birthday hypocrite here
I'm being one-upped.
Wild.
I'm being one-upped by my girlfriend.
We rented out a damn movie theater for you for your birthday, and I had a movie theater event for the Joker where we had pizza and soda like you were a child and a cake.
Did you have fun?
Well, you got slapped in the face at the end of that night, so we all had fun.
So yeah.
Shout out TJ Hogan, Terrence
from Tosa.
I mean, I think that the fact that you are a birthday guy as much as you are, you don't have a leg to stand on here, and like, it's just how it is now. I think I exceeded more than 3 birthday meals for my wife this year on her birthday, and it still wasn't enough.
Yeah, but here's the thing. That's the problem. We got to start setting standards for birthdays, because the people that do the birthday weeks, there's people that do birthday freaking months. Like
you are one of those people.
No, I'm not. You overblow it on the radio. You know, in real life, I'm not like that.
You've admitted to being the birthday guy. Why are you now going back on it? Just to drive home your point that you think you're just worried your birthday's getting outshone.
2 dinners
out. Birthday off.
Yeah.
2 dinners out and a home cooked meal.
We could
I
have
don't
went to
think it's
Cabo
overdoing
for Frank Kaminsky's wedding without this weekend.
That's a lie.
Yeah, you had a chance to do that. You didn't.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, you're paying for like you're paying for a dinner for 2 nights, and then you're cooking for.
Time value money, Greg. I shouldn't have said that. She's worth all the time, and she's very valuable. Forget the money. Is that how that equation works?
Just stepping in it right now. You're just stepping in it.
What was your plan with this? Because we talked about it.
I just thought you guys would say, hey, Scalzo and Brust family, let's make the rules for birthdays. right? Like we can come up with our own rules that we could start a trend that people should be living by.
The rule is you do what you think is going to make your partner happy. I've told my wife many times what would make me happy is just don't even like I'm happy with me, my wife, my daughter birthday at home, little cake, little dinner, and that's it. Like I don't want the big it actually makes me a little bit uncomfortable. Like I wouldn't want a movie theater out there.
Don't use the movie theater. I hate that happened now.
I mean, I don't, but I'm saying, I don't want the big dinner and the whole day that you and Joshy had 2 years ago.
That's right.
It's a whole day.
I forgot you are a witness to my 30th.
Like I would rather do something with we're all at Dead & Company my birthday weekend. Did my birthday come up at all during that weekend?
Oh, you snuck it past
That's
me.
on us.
It was the Sunday after the Friday, Saturday that we went to, but that was fun for me. Like I would rather have it be about that.
Is it weird that I want you to be uncomfortable? Like that's probably wrong, right? I should want you to enjoy your birthday. What the hell's wrong with you? Like, you don't want people around celebrating you, Greg Scalzo, for being on this earth as long as you've been, which is an accomplishment?
No, I don't. I would rather have a fun weekend like we had that weekend, and those are the times that I have. I don't want it to be centered around me.
Grateful Dead or Dead and Company singing "Happy Birthday" to you.
I don't think that would have been a good move at the time for where I was at. But I think so everyone does it differently, right? And you just. The biggest thing I would say, as somebody who still hasn't perfected the birthday for their partner.
Yes, you forgot to get a birthday gift 1 year.
It was a long time ago. You don't have to
I was
continue to bring that up.
involved in your life, so it wasn't that long ago.
I think it was literally
2018.
Yeah, so 5 years ago.
Yeah.
You just have to get on the same page and make sure that they actually tell you what is going to work in order to make them happy. Because I think I had 3 birthday dinners, a birthday brunch, and it's still this year, I didn't hit the mark on it.
Can I make a confession?
Yeah.
I have not gotten her gifts yet. I know what I'm getting her. I know exactly what I'm getting her. But I really hope retail stores have it.
Why wouldn't you just go out of your way to get them?
Well, tomorrow I'm going.
But how long have you known?
I don't think the gift arrived in time for the birthday is a big deal. I think if you order it and you print out what it is and you put in a card, you write a nice note, and she knows she's getting it, and it's a good gift, then that's fine.
You've gotten me some things late, but I know what I was getting, and I was really excited whenever I got it. I wasn't like, oh, it's 3 months late, even though I may have done that.
He threw that in there.
Yeah, just throw that one in there. But I'm saying, I'm guessing it's not going to be 3 months late. If it's going to be, hey, this arrives here in 3 days, I think that's totally fine.
I've got a birthday-related question. My girlfriend decided to start planning my birthday, which both of you and your respective partners have been invited to. Greg, I want you to, how would you perceive this comment we received back from Ben and his girlfriend when they said, that sounds fun, we don't have anything on the schedule yet? Should I take that as we're going to find something better, or we're just trying to make sure it's something we can't avoid? How am I to receive the...
Who sent that? It definitely wasn't me.
No, it wasn't.
The heck, girlfriend? This is my best friend. This is Josh DiMaggio, my best friend. What's the date?
It's I believe the 26th of August.
Huh. Yeah, we don't have anything yet.
Yeah. Greg, you're awfully quiet.
I actually take that if it came from Ben's girlfriend as, yeah, that should work. We don't have anything yet.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
If it was from Ben, then it might be different. But I think that Ben's girl, I think it's hey, we don't have anything yet.
I didn't even know she responded
on the weekend there. But I also do think summer weekends when you first get that invite is always a tough I think I'm good. I just did this. I got invited to a golf trip by my brother in the fall, and I'm I think I'm good. And then I looked, and I'm oh, actually, no, I'm not. So
I don't know, that yet word is a little weird. Let me follow up on that one, Joshy.
I was uncomfortable with how early the invite was sent out.
I don't even know what my wife responded.
I don't know either, to be honest.
It didn't make enough of an impact.
Might not. I didn't get a text about it.
Yeah, that's the thing. I didn't either.
Yeah, I wasn't doing any of the texting. So my girlfriend communicating with your respective
avoiding
girlfriend. Me? No. Isn't it normal for the women to be texting the women about? Because, here's also the thing. Greg, if you tell him a date
yeah.
and ask him something, you might that's throwing it off into the wind.
He
It's
might not
dust.
open up the
You'll never
he might
see
not even open up the
Yeah.
text message till next year.
Right.
It's
And
fair.
You might have been a decent option because you seem to have your calendar like at the top of your head somehow.
Yeah, I'm pretty good with it.
Cam from the Heights says Ben always wants to be the guy, but is that guy in this situation? Don't be that guy, bud.
Don't bud
He
me.
budded you.
God.
Josh called us bozos earlier in the week.
Connor in the 5-0 says this is coming down to the main character syndrome.
What is everyone talking about?
Chef Ed says she should get birthday dinners for a year for putting up with you. Homer joins us next on Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra.
You're listening to Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra.
If he does get traded.
I really do wonder. No, I'm just. What?
It's a pregnant pause. It's very pregnant.
Holy smokes.
Guys,
That was 9 months.
I looked over to make sure he was still breathing.
Scalzo and Brust, available anywhere you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
We've got some delays still out there, but a lot of the accidents have been cleared up. On the bypass, for example, the accidents that we had earlier have been taken care of. Delays have not. We do still have very slow speeds all the way down from the zoo down to the Hale interchange. Eastbound 94 hitting the brakes right about at 92nd Street all the way through to 35th. Southbound 43 still heavy from Good Hope Road all the way down past North Avenue. And then again, you'll be back on the brakes heading in from Fond du Lac Avenue through the Marquette. Northbound side slow from Fond du Lac Avenue up to about Keith. Traffic is brought to you by Evans Transportation in Brookfield, where they provide customized logistics solutions to keep you and your business moving forward. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, humid with evening thunderstorms likely, becoming partly cloudy, a low of 70. Then tomorrow, partly cloudy, warm and humid, slight chance for showers or thunderstorms, a high of 86. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Brust for Road America, where vintage racing lives on. Experience the sights, sounds, and smells from motorsport's pioneering age in historic Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. Road America's 2023 season offers numerous opportunities to watch vintage race cars take on the iconic 4-mile road course. The WeatherTech International Challenge with Brian Redmond descends upon downtown Elkhart Lake in Road America July 13th through the 16th. Get your tickets today at roadamerica.com.
Yeah, they're football guys, but they don't shy away from the big topics of the day.
So you won't listen to their music because of this? Was it a bad breakup?
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by American Family Insurance.
I don't
You
know.
played one of their songs on
This
our
guy
show.
broke up with Florida Georgia Line. You should like him more.
I do like Tyler. Yeah, it's a good career move for him.
You're
Let's get
still
rid
not
of
going to go to the concert.
Weekdays 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN and available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
The only diamond more valuable than colorless.
Is the diamond that is colorful. Pink, yellow, and blue.
In 2016, Christie's auction house sold a 14-karat blue diamond for $56 million.
That's $4 million a carat.
In 2022, Sotheby's auction house sold an 11-karat pink diamond for $57 million.
That's more than $5 million a carat.
These diamonds were born when the Earth was born.
They come from the heart of the earth.
But now there are also pink, yellow, and blue diamonds that were born when you were falling in love.
These created diamonds come from the fiery heart of a miniature sun blazing inside a plasma chamber. Hot, hot, hot.
Pink, yellow, and blue.
Your colorful 1-carat wonder awaits you for $12,000 or less.
Your colorful 3/4 carat miracle awaits you for $8,000 or less.
Get them while you can. Welcome to Kessler's.
To find the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Hi, it's John Reeds from Great Midwest Bank, and I've said it before. Life happens. For nearly 90 years, Great Midwest Bank has made the home loan process predictable through all those ups and downs. And today, GMB's simple and personalized approach to locally serviced, affordable home equity loans can turn your home's value into cash for whatever you want. Whatever your lending need, it's just a few clicks away. Apply online at greatmidwestbank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
It's the tent sales event all all month long at the Lynch family of dealerships. Over 800 vehicles to choose from, including up to $7,500 off select new vehicles or 0.9% financing. And you'll get top dollar towards your trade, even if you have to push, pull, or drag it in during the Lynch 10th sale event. Visit shoplynch.com today.
Nobody sells for less than Lynch.
As low as 0.9% APR for 66 months to qualified buyers. Must take delivery by July 31st. See dealer for all the details.
You're listening to Scalzo and Brust on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it.
Tweets in to the Scalzo and Brust Twitter page. At Scalzo and Brust says, Champ, referring to you, Benny. So you've been called Bud Champ.
Just so far today.
Says Champ is going to lose out on B-Day Nookie if she hears this. Better make those dinners top notch.
They will be. Come on. They're going to be top notch.
Hey, come on.
I already texted the hookup for tomorrow to make sure there's some extra special things planned.
Who's the hookup?
The owner of the restaurant.
You're the worst.
Cool.
You are the worst.
Why?
Because, you're so... You know what? We'll save it. We've got Homer on the air right now. Homer, welcome to Scalzo and Brust. You join us every Friday. You listen to Homer every day, Monday through Friday, 2 to 4 on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, and, of course, all across ESPN Wisconsin. Man, I just want to go at Ben so hard right now.
I will be amused. I was listening yesterday. I wanted to learn more about the event, and that's the adoption thing, right?
Correct. Yeah, Alec Ingold was fantastic. Really impressive young man. Just the way that he talks and his commitment to helping youth, having gone through his experience in his life and his focus on giving back was awesome. And, yeah, it was a great event, and he's definitely committed to continuing to grow that foundation.
Yeah, 2 of our 3 kids are adopted, so I'd like to learn more and see how I could assist. It's a world I know well, and it needs help like that for people to understand all of it, because not everybody wants to adopt in the first place, and so anything that gives information, makes people more comfortable doing it is awesome.
Yeah, and they were raising funds, and we're talking about how expensive it is for families and how that's such a hurdle. Yeah. So raising money to be able to create these grants to at least allow people to get through the adoption, knowing that you're still going to have, financial support through the rest of that kid's life.
Yeah, it was fascinating also to see the amount of people that think about adoption and then look at the process of adoption, and then it was only 2% of the people that think about adopting actually go through with it, and obviously it's due to some of the costs that are involved. So Alec, being someone who was adopted at a young age, is very committed to helping grow awareness and raise funds for that, but also beyond adoption, he's helping boys and girls clubs learn about financial literacy. You go to a lot of charity events, and sometimes you can find yourself nodding your head, or at least I do. He is super engaging.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now back to making fun of you. Where are we at there?
Well, my latest frustration here, we can get back to the original birthday dinner conversation, but Ben feels the need to just continue to take in these relationships where it's hey, I'm going to text the owner of this restaurant for something extra special, for a table here, for a table there, and thinks it like he feels so special that he can text this person, and he just won't go through the normal channels of just creating a reservation without asking for the favor for somebody. And yet, when's the last time you did anything above and beyond for this person?
That's a great question, Greg. What can I do for this person?
That's a great question to ask that person who you continue to lean on time after time when you need a fancy steak dinner in town.
Gosh, you're right.
And the fact that I know exactly who it is and what you're doing in this spot without you even saying it tells everyone everything they need to know.
No. Yeah.
Doesn't this person have a lot more important things to do.
A lot more important things to do, yes.
And more important people to sit at his restaurant.
Than like Ben being like, hey, can you get me a table this night?
How far
make it extra special. And
how far ahead do you reach?
He might be a natural. These people don't have to do this. I mean, we all know Ben's not that special, but if he's able to create and people do it,
he's the best
right?
at it, Homer. He's the best at creating these one-sided relationships where he gets spent.
Hey, that sounds horrible.
It's almost
I'm
exclusively
still money there.
It's still exclusively almost within the restaurant industry or like anywhere where you could get a special in somewhere. You take advantage of.
But it's on them at some point. If people don't stand up and say enough, then you got to give him credit, right? There must be something that makes people do this.
I guess, but
right?
as someone who people ask a lot of favors to, you know who's always asking you for favors and who, and who is reciprocal in that nature.
So, Homer, I want to switch subjects here because I'm done with me. Believe it or not, somehow. We're not talking about me here. I'm going to say me in a second. I've been bored as hell this week. There's nothing on TV. Finally, baseball's back. What do you do? Because I know you just consume sports. But I guess I just figured out your answer. You're probably watching tennis.
I watched some of the tennis, but I also watched a little bit of the home run derby. I watched the All-Star game, a little of that. I'm committed to improving All-Star games. Every All-Star game should be U.S. versus foreign. It would make the game interesting, and people would be much more involved. The home run derby is good. They need to shorten it. They've fatigued the players. It's almost funny, so they just have to kind of change the rules.
Well, they used to have to wait until the ball hit the ground. There was the guy with the hand up, and then they'd say pitch. Now it's just rip, 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 rip. And if it's a pop up that doesn't go out of the yard, they just keep throwing. So I think that's fixable.
Yes, definitely fixable. But the All-Star game, the NBA All-Star game should change immediately as well to U.S. versus foreign. People would love that. And then the game would get even bigger, especially if the U.S. loses, because then becomes even more important, and they probably would. But and I watched some of the tennis. Men's final on Sunday will be one of the great finals in the history of tennis. And that doesn't mean anybody's going to watch it who doesn't care about tennis, but at least I think that this will be a final that will be remembered for 25 years at least.
Buying, selling, or staying put for the Brewers?
Pretty much stay put. It's stupid to do too much. I think they know they're going to lose players, but they may make trades in the offseason. I think they're committed to making the playoffs. They need to keep all their players, and maybe they'll pick up a hitter or something like that. But one player just doesn't seem to change a team as much for what you have to give up for it. So I think people will be disappointed in what they do, but they're not going to, like Josh Hader. If San Diego gave it back to the Brewers for nothing, they would do it. But that's not how it works. So I think they believe they're good enough to win the division, especially with some of the players coming back, and I'm fine with that. You don't get what you think when you hear these players change. CC Sabathia was a great example for the Brewers years ago, but in general, it ends up being more disappointing. And I don't think they're willing to give up their young players. So they know they're not a great team. The only reason they have a chance to make and will make the playoffs, I believe, is because the division is so bad. So, it's not, are you going to go further? Probably not, though their pitching's good enough that maybe they could shock a team.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I think they desperately want to make the playoffs after what happened last year, but in the manner in which they do things. So I think people will be disappointed if they're expecting them to do something because it's all about being good enough to win the division. And Cincinnati makes it interesting because they got young players and real exciting players. So I think the Brewers will win the division because I think Woodruff will come back, but they'll do it mostly with their pitching and a great manager.
Talking to Homer here on Scalzo and Brust across ESPN Wisconsin. We're presented by Michelob Ultra. Homer, Ben was complaining at the start of the show about having to take his wonderful girlfriend to dinner twice this weekend for her birthday and make her dinner on Sunday.
Yeah, that's garbage. I agree with him totally. That's just out of control.
But, like, I guess one question.
What is that? Well, you have a birthday, then you do it on your birthday. That's it. Now, I understand women have birthdays for a week, but I'm not responsibility for the whole week. One thing done, let's go. Special dinner, birthday dinner. What is this? 3? Or what were you at? It has to do 2?
Friday night out on the town with Greg Scalzo. Saturday night out on the town with some other friends, and then Sunday I'm cooking up the homemade meal.
Well, I mean, are they all birthday or what?
I mean, essentially, yes. I mean,
You're the one that's making these about her birthday, though. You're not only enabling this, you're creating this.
What are you talking about?
Like, I didn't think I was going to a birthday dinner tonight until you told me it was a birthday dinner.
You knew you were going to a birthday dinner. Stop it.
How?
When's their birthday?
I guarantee it's
Sunday.
Well, then you have the birthday thing on. You're just going out with friends.
That's what I thought, Homer.
See,
I
have a feeling that
You're
your
gonna have like a
wife
birthday
knows
cake,
that this
or
is
you're
a
gonna
birthday
have
dinner.
what?
I have no idea if she knows it.
Guarantee she got her something.
Do you know that for sure?
No.
Okay, well, if she didn't, then do we need to? Like, are we supposed to provide a gift now?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
It's birthday weekend, man.
See, this is more
birthday weekend.
This is more about Ben.
Yeah, this is a Ben thing.
You're making this her birthday weekend because this is giving more attention back to you.
Take care of her, please.
I don't know what's that. What's your ideal birthday, Homer?
What?
What's your ideal birthday?
I'm way past that. My ideal birthday is to be 30 again. No, it's over, dude. No. What are you doing? And I have none. I don't even control my own birthday. I don't do anything for my birthday and have never wanted to. And then I was informed, no, you don't decide on your birthday because your kids want to do something. Okay, fine. Then whatever we do on my birthday.
Did you say it's over, dude?
Yeah, it's over. Like birthdays? I don't know what.
What's the next monumental birthday for you?
Me?
Yeah.
None.
Stop.
No, when I don't have one. The one I don't have. When I'm dead.
Homer, help me out here.
Yeah.
Wait, is it 70? What is 70 the next like?
Yeah, no, I'm 69. There's no big 70th party.
70's big, dude.
They did one. When I was 60, they had one, and I was not happy. And my wife rolls in, and she says, "Look," and it was all because somebody who worked at the station who said, "I'll take the heat." It's like, the hell?
I was there.
I don't want a party. All right, on my birthday, I don't want a party. And then we have a party. I'm like, what the hell about my birthday don't I get?
So I don't understand.
Like,
you want people celebrating when you're dead?
No, I'm saying there's no celebration on a birthday when you're 65, 68, 69 year old.
It's another year on this earth. That's something to celebrate. My grandpa, we were just at his birthday. He turned 90.
He did have it, Homer. Back in 2019, on his 27th birthday, he made it such a big deal that we rented a whole damn movie theater to watch The Joker. We had fans there. We had teammates there. He had friends there. We had pizza and soda and a birthday cake like it was his 12-year-old birthday.
Stop saying soda. There was beer.
Well, wait a minute. This was 27th? Is that what you said?
This is his 27th birthday, which he said was a big deal.
That's fine. I mean, that's him, but the 27th is fine, yeah. The 30's fine. 35's
so
fine.
When's it stop? When did you just be like, you know what? No, doesn't matter.
Well, it stopped real early for me because that's kind of the way I was raised, and I didn't feel that there was anything wrong. I never bought my dad a present his whole life.
Me and my dad don't buy each other birthday presents either. Yes.
But anyway, so I would say
this isn't normal, right? These two are just wackos.
Does your dad buy you a birthday gift? Do you buy him one?
I do sometimes, not every time.
Joshy,
if it strikes me. And if anyone's buying a gift, it's my mother.
This is what back then people decided what they wanted, what was to be done on their birthday, and that mattered. Yeah, Dad's weird. He didn't like anything on his birthday. Okay, you know what we did on his birthday? Nothing. Now, Dad say I don't want anything. They're not in charge.
They throw him a big birthday.
We're doing what we think we want to do for you on your birthday. Okay, I give up. I give in. That's fine.
Well, I look forward to throwing you a surprise party for your 70th, Homer.
And I'll be ticked. I want it. Like, okay, what don't you understand? When it's somebody's birthday, you do what they want, not what you want.
I'll take that into consideration, Homer.
Everybody, you'll take that into consideration. Yeah, when I said something to my dad, which meant he'd say, I appreciate your interest. That meant don't waste the words in the future because nothing's happening. So I appreciate your interest.
Thanks, Homer.
Thank you, Homer.
Bye.
Homer and Tony, 2 to 4, 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee. We'll do some 1-0 next. It's Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra.
You're listening to Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra.
Spoiled, rotten brat.
Well, I already made that point. You don't think you need to double down on it.
Scalzo and Brust, available anywhere you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
Northbound 41 still has some problems. Good Hope Road's on-ramp closed right now because of an earlier crash. And then we've got some delays. Along southbound 43, looking at a half an hour to get from Brown Deer Road into downtown. It's a 19-minute backup. Those delays start around Good Hope Road and stretch all the way through the Marquette. Northbound's going to be backed up 16 minutes to get from downtown to Brown Deer Road. And then on the bypass, 10 minutes to get from the Zoo to the Hale, and then from the Hale to the Mitchell, another 8. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, humid with evening thunderstorms likely and becoming partly cloudy with a low of 70. And then tomorrow, partly cloudy, warm and humid, slight chance for showers and storms, a high of 86. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Laziga on 94.5 ESPN.
Oh, you forgot to clean out your backpack since school ended? Oh, rotten.
Let's make our windows.
Well, you make a great point. Tell you what, let's clean out your backpack and then we'll...
from Pella.
Well, we can't do anything about rotten lunches. Pella's lifetime warranty on wood windows and doors makes it so that you'll never have to worry about rotting windows again. Right now at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, make payments as low as $35 per month per window and $78 per patio door. Visit PellaWI.com.
Woo! I am thirsty today. Definitely going to need a cold one. Ah, there's the one. Justin from Downdren's Distillery is joining me on Ben's Beer Fridge to share what separates Downdren's from other distilleries. And for him, it's about being local.
We're a fairly new distillery, but we've created a lot of things that are, again, focused on ingredients you can find in Wisconsin, like Door County cherries, fresh peppers that are grown in Cottage Grove, where the distillery is, and then have that distributed throughout the state to make cocktails that have a Wisconsin flair to them and a very consistent taste, and at the same time are really fun to make into your own version of any kind of cocktail, too.
Thanks again to Justin from Downdren's for giving us some insight on the local connections they have, whether it's beer or the best cocktail on tap for you this summer. Remember, folks, the fridge should always be stocked.
Wisconsin, are you ready to rally? Be sure to make plans to stop by Wisconsin Harley-Davidson in Oconomowoc during the 120th Homecoming Festival, July 13th through the 16th, with 45 vendors, 23 bands, and of course Harley-Davidsons. You won't want to miss this anniversary. Whether you ride or not, there's always something for everyone at Wisconsin Harley-Davidson. For more info, like and follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and online at WISHD.com. Wisconsin Harley-Davidson, your destination dealer.
Your second home this baseball season is J. Leinenkugel's Barrel Yard, a one-of-a-kind restaurant and brewery overlooking left field at American Family Field. Barrel Yard features specialty beer brewed on site by Leinenkugel's own master brewers, plus nostalgic dining in an iconic setting with a scratch kitchen serving up Wisconsin comfort foods. Open from 11 to 9 on non-game days and during games on game days for fans with tickets. Get a behind-the-scenes look at AmFam Field this baseball season at the Barrel Yard.
Make your statement with Fast Signs of Glendale. You have an idea, and Fast Signs of Glendale can make it happen. 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee works with Fast Signs of Glendale on their vehicle lettering, studio and event signage, and much more. Your company should consider Fast Signs of Glendale with your next custom sign project. Big or small, they can do them all. See their work at fastsigns.com. That's fastsigns.com. Fast Signs of Glendale. proud marketing partner of 94.5 ESPN.
It's Scalzo and Brust on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it.
It's my own design. It's my own remorse. Help me to decide. Help me make the most of freedom and our pleasure. Nothing ever lasts forever. Everybody wants to rule them. Say that you'll never need it. One headline, why believe it?
And based on how empty our office was today at about 3:30 in the afternoon on Friday, my goodness, do I think people are ready to go this weekend.
I mean, goodness gracious.
There's a ghost town in there.
You see 4 people looking out the window like they were trapped inside a jail?
I walked in.
I saw tumbleweed rolling through the office, like literally like an old western town.
I got the opportunity to do Jen, Gabe, and Chewy this morning, so I went home for a little bit, came back around 2:33, and I thought like there was an event I forgot that was happening like across the office because I didn't see anybody around.
Even the interns.
Yeah, it was. I
walked in from the bathroom. The interns were playing ping pong.
It's nice. Those ping pong paddles, not good. Greg and I tried.
You did?
We need just standard ping pong.
But here's the thing about the ping pong thing. They weren't happy to play ping pong.
They're interns. I don't care about them.
Just let me tell you
I love the interns, but I don't care if they're playing ping pong.
They had their phones out. They were basically saying, hey, we're at our internship. Look at us. We're playing ping pong.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. Like, that's what interns should be doing. My point is,
they should be doing my job for me.
They should look into the office and see people doing their job. I don't care if it's a Friday in the summer.
Now, that's a good point.
Like, I'm far more concerned about the fact that the interns were one of like 2 of 12 people in the entire office at the time.
Can I read a couple quotes that I heard from people in the office today?
No.
Come on.
You're just gonna get me angry.
Did we start Summer Fridays and we missed the memo?
No.
Come on.
Let me look directly at the camera. No.
It's too nice outside to be in here. That was quote number 1.
Okay.
I'm so checked out. Number 2. Number 3. Just saw someone on Snapchat outside, and it was like, and I wish I was kind of like there or like doing something out there. So yeah, even the people that were there were wishing they weren't.
Greg, at that point, is it better to just not be there if you're going to be there, or is your physical body, even if you're doing nothing, still better than not being there?
You're saying the fact that we had people staring outside like they were polar bears stuck in the zoo? Yes. Yeah, at that point, just leave. I would agree. But, I don't. Because this is hitting way too real right now.
I know.
Way too close to home.
I guarantee there's a lot of people that deal with people who do the same thing at their work.
Yeah, but the people that normally... I don't even want to get into it.
I'm happy to be here with you guys.
You know what? I'm happy...
There's no place I'd rather be.
Yeah, we get to do this every day. I actually do believe it for Ben. I think 3 years ago I wouldn't have believed it, but I actually think right now this is where he wants to be.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I agree.
When's my tea time? Good. I just ruined it. I got more. Hey, we haven't
I do know where you want to be usually on the weekends, and that's up at Road America.
I mean, I'm going to be there. Not this weekend because it's the Girlfriend B-Day weekend, but the Xfinity Series race is coming. Also, the WeatherTech International Challenge, you can still get tickets. I mean, Road America is where vintage racing lives on. Experience the sights, sounds, and smells from motorsport's pioneering age at historic Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. Road America's 2023 race season offers numerous opportunities to watch these iconic cars take the 4-mile road cars. The WeatherTech International Challenge with Brian Redmond descends upon downtown Elkhart Lake and Road America, July 13th through the 16th, folks. We're here. Get your tickets at roadamerica.com. Come for the experience and stay for the race. Road America, America's National Park of Speed.
All right, Wonder Zero's coming up next. I promise.
You're listening to Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra.
Established you as the roast beef guy, as your go-to.
Hey, do you want a turkey or ham? I want a roast beef.
I'm a turkey guy now.
Josh,
Can't be a roast beef
Josh,
guy.
I got a chance
People
to
called
look
me
at
Strofe beef for a year because of you guys. Strofe beef.
Scalzo and Brust. Available anywhere you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand. Even when you think you know what's going on.
It's the most boring thing that could possibly happen in any sport.
You can never be too sure.
If you told me there was going to be a perfect game pitched before the perfect game happened, I would turn the channel so fast.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Yeah. You just sit there and watch a guy throw a ball all game long and go, oh my God.
Sounds like he understands the concept.
Mornings 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN and available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
The James Imaging Systems people, they're one reason why so many businesses choose to do business with James, like Brookfield GMC, controller Jay Doyle.
They're compatriots to the point where when I call, they act like they're your best friend.
Document imaging technology, managed print services, content management solutions, all supported by the James Imaging Systems people. People who are dedicated to helping your business do business better.
They do a great job. They're like it's one of your workers. They want to help.
Not tomorrow, not next week. Help when you need it. That's James Imaging Systems.
Yeah, they do a great job. They're there immediately, and it's a great feeling because I know they care.
James Imaging Systems.
I do love working with James Imaging. It's perfect.
Put the good people at James Imaging Systems to work for your business. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com. James Imaging Systems, your local office technology partner.
Over the past year, we've been hard at work improving our sales processes, expanding and remodeling our facilities, investing in new technology, and continuing our commitment to serve our customers, employees, and community. That's why at Boucher, when our customers leave the dealership, we hope we've made a customer for life. Whether you're in need of a new vehicle, are stopping in for routine maintenance, or are in need of collision work, we will be here to help. With 20 locations throughout southeastern Wisconsin and 30 brands, we've got thousands of new and used vehicles for you to choose from. Our dedicated employees have been named a 2022 top workplace for the past 11 years, and we always have been and will continue to be family-owned and operated. Proud to be your Wisconsin family dealership group since 1977. Visit us today at Boucher.com.
The Saganiac Planning Marquette Championship moment. Last season expected to do nothing and did everything. Preseason Marquette picked 9th of 11 teams. At the end, 17-3 and won the Big East regular season title by 2 games. Won the last 6 in a row, including over 2 nationally ranked teams. First Marquette team ever, outright Big East regular season conference champs. And it wasn't close, and it wasn't 9th. 2023 champion. If you're a company owner offering medical insurance for your employees, you may be sick and tired of the constant increase in rates or change in benefits. Now's the time to take a look at a different type of plan. At Saganiac Planning, we call it level funding. It's an opportunity to keep premiums low and possibly receive a return of your premiums. For more information regarding level funding, please call John Saganiac Jr., 262-783-6161. That's 262-783-6161. Saganiac Planning, a name synonymous with employee benefits and top-notch service.
You're listening to Scalzo and Brust on 94.5 ESPN. Missed any of the show? Find us on Wisconsin On Demand wherever you get your podcast. It's free, it's everywhere, and it's for you.
One more time.
Joshy.
I'm Ben's girlfriend's birthday. One more time.
She explicitly asked not to be on stream.
Don't tell her that we were talking about how many dinners we're having for her this weekend.
One more time. Don't worry, everybody knows it's Ben's doing and not yours.
She's mortified.
Let's hit some 1 or 0s, Joshy.
Are you a 1 or a 0? That's the question you have to ask yourself. Are you a yes or a no?
There's no such thing as a gray area. Life is binary. It's just a 1 or a 0.
He is Ben Brust. I'm Greg Scalzo. We're your contestants for 1 or 0. Josh DiMaggio, your host. He asks us a question. We say 1 for yes, 0 for no. There is no gray area. Joshy, take it away.
When asked about Hard Knocks being the Jets this year, Aaron Rodgers said they forced it down their throat and they have to deal with it. 1 or 0. Aaron Rodgers is secretly happy to be on Hard Knocks.
0. All right, go ahead.
Look, he's going to play because this isn't his idea, right? It was his idea to create more appearances on the Pat McAfee show. It was his idea that he wanted to go to the Jets, and that came to fruition. It wasn't him who outwardly said, I want Hard Knocks to come to the Jets. So because it seems like it's not something that he is picking to do, he's going to act like he's not all for it, but secretly he's going to love the camera being on him. Spoken from somebody who likes to do things when it's their idea.
Yeah, I mean, you're completely wrong about this, although you kind of approach it it almost sounds like you want to say 0, but you said 1. Aaron wants to interface with the public on his terms. The fact that, if you believe that Aaron is a bleep hole or not the best teammate or not the best leader, he doesn't want cameras around when he's not paying attention and talking directly into a camera. He gets to control the narrative and what he says and how he treats things. And if he's as thoughtful and as smart as everybody says that he is, he gets to control that. Now there's cameras everywhere where, if conceivably he's a different person public-facing than he is in the locker room, then he has to constantly be on. And I don't think that's who Aaron wants to be, because I think he understands that so much of what he says and does can be taken out of context.
So he's not being authentically himself then.
But I think he is. It's just so much can be taken out of context. If he yells at a guy, Josh DiMaggio is going to be like, see, he's horrible to his young teammates. Whereas,
say that no matter what.
Exactly. But whereas otherwise, he could go on McAfee and someone would be like, oh, a reporter said you were mean to your young teammates. He could be like, no, I'm holding them accountable, which is what he's doing. But he actually gets to control the narrative.
Trust me, they film hours and hours and hours, probably 30 hours of content into 1 hour of programming. There's a lot of stuff that gets missed, and they choose the stuff that's going to be the most polarizing. That being said, what the hell is going on?
Breaking news.
Are you doing the breaking news, Josh?
Yeah. I have received information from a very reliable source with intimate knowledge of the situation. This person says that tonight is not intended to be a birthday dinner, and there are 2 other options being planned for her after hearing the news.
What? You talking about my girlfriend?
Yes.
2 other options.
She's thinking of her own plans.
That's a bunch of crap.
Greg, we sussed it out.
I'm so confused.
Basically, she didn't intend for this to be a birthday dinner tonight.
I didn't think it was.
It seems like 3 people thought it wasn't, and 1 thought it did. And the one is named Ben Brust.
What?
So we don't need to bring a present tonight?
Do we need a present?
No! I'll take the present.
That's all I have for you guys.
Back to 1 or 0?
Yeah.
Back to your regularly scheduled programming.
The Los Angeles Angels are reportedly listening to trade offers for Shohei Ohtani. 1 or 0. You would give up on your team for trading Shohei.
0. Hang on, you would give up on your team for trading Shohei? Oh, 1, absolutely. You can't trade away a two-way player that pitches and hits the way he does. You got to build around him. And he's too valuable. And then there's no guarantee that what you get from a haul standpoint is going to make your team better than having somebody as good as him.
I agree. I don't understand how a team could ultimately, unless, here's the only exception I'll make to that. If the Angels know for sure they aren't going to re-sign him after this year, and he's being upfront saying, nope, I'm out of the Angels organization, and this is obviously hypothetical, so whatever team it would be, then I understand where it's like, well, you have to make the most while you have him. But if you're the Angels, you have the money, you're on the right coast, you're in a good market, you got to do whatever you can to retain him, and you have Mike Trout.
Still fascinating. They're under 500.
He's a bargain at $60 million a year, which is what he's going to be making.
I know. The idea, think about like what a pitcher just makes, and like he's a high caliber pitcher. Then think about the guy who's leading the AL in home runs. Combine the two of them, he'll likely be underpaid.
So Victor Wembanyama, when the Spurs got the rights to draft him first overall, they were basically talking about him being $1 billion worth towards the franchise. Do you think Shohei is that to the Angels? So if you get him for $600 million, are you then therefore getting value towards your team? Is that an evaluation people are making?
I think it is, but a lot of it depends on whatever their TV contract is locally.
Well, and if they can find some success in the playoffs as well and make their way to the World Series and get more exposure that way.
Yes, but also baseball's weird where he is a unique star where people will talk about it. Anytime Shohei Ohtani is on national TV, it's like, oh, I got to make sure I catch him. You have to think in LA, in that local market, people are probably looking at him more. And when Shohei pitches, it's like, oh, it's a Shohei day. That has a huge value.
And he hits really well when he pitches, which usually makes it double the fun. I usually bet on Shohei when he pitches.
I got one more quick one here for you guys. This weekend is Harley Davidson's Homecoming Festival in Milwaukee, celebrating 120 years of Harley. A fact that is quite apparent to anyone who has driven in or around Milwaukee all week. 1 or 0.
A lot of motorcycles.
1 or 0. You could be a Harley guy.
I could be a Harley guy. I mean, I know I could. I have a lot of work to do to become a Harley guy. But I'm working on the muscles.
It starts with the sleeve, right?
The sleeve tattoo is the next step. Then it's the wardrobe.
In a weird way,
I actually drive a motorcycle.
I actually think you could be a Harley guy in a weird way.
I know.
It doesn't fit your current personality.
I'm a motorsports guy.
Kinda, but you're not though.
I don't think motorsports and Harley.
I guess more Harley people are more gearheads. Would you say?
It's a lifestyle.
You like the sport of racing, but you're not a car guy.
It's fair.
You don't pop open the hood and
tell you this is what this is,
or even just
is. It takes me 5 minutes to figure out where the wiper fluid goes.
I have a friend who is a car guy who has a lift in his garage and he buys a new truck and he takes it apart and puts it together. That's what he likes to do.
I know. Again.
You fancy yourself as one of those guys?
No. My cousin was, and it was really cool that he got he fixed my car one time, and I was like, I wish I could do that.
I could change oil on a car, but
the same way that you love that people that have musical talents, I'm very impressed by people who can take a car apart and put it together, and you're like, how does that thing drive? Did you miss something? Is this thing gonna stay together?
I'm a 0. I could not be further away from a Harley guy, and I know that about myself. And it's also one of the few things where, I'm usually pretty willing. I have a healthy fear of driving a motorcycle.
I'm too chicken.
Yeah,
it looks cool. It seems fun. I'm scared.
Same. And it's even if I learn how to drive it, just if there's God forbid an accident, the risk is too far, far outweighs the reward for me.
Do you think I'd look natural on the Harley?
I think so. If you change the wardrobe.
Yeah, probably. I need leather.
It doesn't fit your personality.
No.
Whatsoever.
None.
Grateful Dead shirts.
I've seen Grateful Dead on hogs before.
Yeah, that's not it. It's more of just
It's just me in general.
Yeah. I think that's fair. Benny, tell us about how you're getting so buff to get those Harley muscles.
Oh, it's Maddie at the Prince Club. I think he wants a Harley, actually. Fits him. He's got the tattoos on the arm.
Cool.
But that has nothing to do with what I'm doing and why you should join the Princeton Club. Why you need to join the Princeton Club is because they have free childcare with your membership. Drop off the kids, get a good workout in. They have the cleanest health clubs in Wisconsin. And when you think about the Princeton Club, it's amazing because they have weights, cardio, workout classes, basketball courts, in New Berlin, the outdoor pool. I mean, you just think about how they redid the East Side and the functional strength training. What they provide you is going to help you get to your better tomorrow. I'm working towards mine. Maddie and I are getting after it tomorrow at 10 a.m. I'll see you at New Berlin if you're there. Join the Princeton Club for a better tomorrow.
Is Jordan Love ready? Some of his teammates think so. We'll talk about it next. Back in 2 minutes. It's Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra.
We do still have some delays around the area, and now a broken down vehicle 94 eastbound right at the ramp from 35th Street. It's the center lane affected here, so now we've got big delays all the way back to about 84th Street, so be prepared for that. It's been a rough ride along southbound 43 from before Silver Spring all the way down into the Marquette, and southbound 41 also slowing down just before Silver Spring all the way down to about Burleigh. Traffic is brought to you by Fisco Auto Body. Call Fisco Auto Body to help with all body repair needs. Fisco, Fisco, Fisco. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Humid with evening thunderstorms likely becoming partly cloudy, a low of 70. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, warm and humid. A slight chance for showers and storms, a high of 86. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Betty Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Take me out to the ball game, roll out the barrel, and get up, get out of here, gone. There's nothing like Milwaukee baseball. The Brew Crew is back, and we're here to help you turn your tailgate or game viewing experience into a grand slam. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor, where since 1960 we have provided the best selection and the lowest prices. We stock literally thousands of varieties of beer, liquor, wine, and mixers. Over 15,000 actually, but who's counting? The point is, you want it, odds are we have it. Combine our incredible selection and everyday low prices with our 2 convenient locations, and you've got your one-stop shop for game day. Discount Liquor in Milwaukee on 51st in Oklahoma, only 10 minutes from AmFam Field, and in downtown Waukesha on Barstow and Maine.
Discount Liquor.
You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI-HD Milwaukee, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
For your sports talk fix every day from 4 to 6, it's Scalzo and Brust. For your sports talk fix every day from 4 to 6, it's Scalzo and Brust. For your sports talk fix every day from 4 to 6, it's Scalzo and Brust. For your sports talk fix every day from 4 to 6, it's Scalzo and Brust.
Live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue.
Party, baby.
This is Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra
party, baby.
on 94.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
It's a party, baby. Woo! It's a party, baby.
Sometimes I look and I say, look at how far you've come, Ben Brust.
And
then I look and say, look at how much further you have to go.
From the conversation we just had in break?
Yes. Ben Brust, Greg Scalzo, Josh DiMaggio, Colin Russo!
You mad about anything, Russo?
No.
I like it. Concise. 800-990-ESPN, 800-990-3776. The number to get into the show. Twitter at
Jesse
Scalzo and Brust.
took like 8 minutes to talk right there. And
Colin, are you single or you got a girlfriend?
Single.
Looking?
Who isn't?
That is the number to get into the show. I do want to get to the Packers here. A.J. Dillon, the Quadzilla, the carrier of men, as he's known on Scalzo and Brust, talked about where he thinks Jordan Love is in preparation for the season. Here's what A.J. had to say.
It's one of those things where, I mean, he has been in the system. You know that you never go into a game when you're preparing to be RB2 or quarterback 2. You always prepare to be that starter. And if whatever happens, you might get thrust into that role. And there's a couple of times throughout his career already where he's had to step up and he's had to play, and he's done a great job at it. I think the fact that he has been there, the guys know him. I came in with him. I knew him before. We did like combine prep together for the combine, got drafted together. So we've got a great friendship and relationship, which is great. But, people trust him. People listen when he enters the huddle. It's not like some new guy that just popped up who's calling the shots. He's been here for going into his 4th year. So
that A.J. Dillon from Sirius XM NFL Radio.
Look, I really like A.J. Dillon in what he does in the Wisconsin area. I just it's hard for me to buy anything he says because everything's always so positive. Right? Like, to me, he's the friend. And look, what he says is valid. He does back it up by saying how long he's been in the system. And if you missed yesterday, I did talk with Alec Ingold, who plays in a similar system to what LaFleur does and how Tua picked up the first year of the offense under Mike McDaniel. And I asked him, with 4 years of Jordan Love in this Matt LaFleur system, what will that do for him? He says you got to feel confident that he knows the language, that he knows the next progressions of where the offense is going to go. So, again, I'm still at the same point with Jordan Love of he can be a guy that people are familiar with and people like and that he's been around, but I still don't feel super confident just because A.J. Dillon's talking about him in a positive way. Because it's only been 4 years that we've had opportunities to hear the wow, look what he's done in practice thing, and we finally got one in mandatory minicamps. And I'm going to go down. I'm going to go down as the guy who's looking for more, wow moments from the Twitterverse in minicamp. If I don't see one daily, that's probably too far. If I don't see one once every other day in training camp, I'm going to be a little worried. I want to see more. I want to hear more. And I know seeing's going to come later, but our way of judging, unfortunately, right now, we're not at practice every day.
So what is your issue here?
My issue is I don't think he's going to be that good because it all goes back to...
So what is A.J. Dillon supposed to do?
He's doing the right thing. I just always go back to just being annoyed because I don't think he's going to be good. And no matter what anyone says, I'm not going to be convinced otherwise.
When you were playing high-level basketball, did you ever think somebody was going to be really good that ended up not being that great?
Of course.
Did you ever think the other way where you were like, I don't think this guy's going to be that great on the court, and then all of a sudden stepped on the court and was good?
Yeah, but it's different because there was you never had a chance to wait 4 years to see someone blossom into a star. It was a progression in front of your eyes. There's been progression over 4 years.
College basketball, it's just lacks such complexity compared to the NFL. And I'm not even taking college basketball out, but the NFL is such a complex league when talking about how to run an offense. And it's been 3 years. He's in his 4th year right now, so he has sat for 3 years. One of those was a COVID year. We didn't have an off season. We don't know whether he's going to be good or not. But A.J. Dillon is a friend of his. They came into the league together, and I genuinely believe that he believes that Jordan Love is ready and is going to be good. If that's the case or not, we don't know. AJ doesn't know for sure, and I'm sure if you asked him directly, can you guarantee and be positive that Jordan is going to be great? He's not going to say yes, but he believes in Jordan Love, and that's what you should have as a teammate and be as a teammate.
I know. I'm also just down on AJ Dillon coming off of a bad year. Mr. Couldn't break tackles guy. I called him the carrier of men, and he was down here. So why should I trust him? Why should I trust RB2 on his assessment of QB2 last year?
What is causing you to just immediately try to take him out, though? Yeah, he, in his own admission, didn't have the year that he was hoping to have last year. He's in a contract year this year, and in his own words, he needs to play more free. He was too concerned with being perfect last year. Now he feels like he's going to take the shackles off and play and do his thing and have some fun.
I hope so, because he's not going to be relying on PD1.
Why do you think that you have a higher standard for him than he has for himself? Like, you're making it sound like, hey, AJ, why'd you have a down year last year? He's more invested in him being successful. If he has a good year, it's more money, it's more success, it's more faith, it's all the things that you want.
Look, part of this is bias, Greg. Everyone wants to be right. And right now, I'm stuck in my way of, like, I want to be right about this Packer team. I think they're going to be 5-12. I think they're going to stink. I don't think A.J. Dillon's going to be any better than last year. I don't think Jordan Love's going to be that great. They have young wide receivers, young tight ends, a defense that hasn't proved anything. Joe Barry's still their coordinator. Matt LaFleur, I don't trust.
Okay, so you're basically creating the Green Bay Packers. The 23 Green Bay Packers is opposite of you. It's Ben Brust versus the Packers, right?
Sure.
That's what you're talking about here.
Yeah.
And now you're criticizing one of the Packers for defending and supporting and believing in another one of his teammates when you're the opposition.
Yeah. No matter what he said, I wasn't going to like it regardless.
But it's so absurd. You understand the lack of logic in that.
I do. That's why I laid it out that it's just me against the Packers right now.
Chef Ed chimes in, says Jordan is not ready. To me, he looks like Rick Moranis in Spaceballs. The helmet's too big for his head. Appleman in the Orchard says ranking of who would look better in a Harley apparel on a bike. Number 1, Josh. Number 2, Greg. Number 3, Benny. Appleman.
How the hell did I fall at the bottom of that ranking?
I mean, he's right. As it stands right now, I'd still pull off Harley gear better
What,
than
because you have long hair?
Probably a big part of it. Yeah.
That is a large part.
Like, I'm not. Again, I'm saying you get into these weird places. I try to argue logically with you, but your arguments defy logic and are only based on emotion.
One of my buddies said you can't have a rational conversation with an irrational person.
Who said that?
Confucius.
Confucius.
What I don't understand is we could go so far down the line of like comparing us three, and no matter what it was, Ben would always want to be the first.
So
like it doesn't like there's no it doesn't.
What are you talking about?
It doesn't.
You guys are bigger Grateful Dead fans than me.
Well, that's because.
But I think I had the most fun at the Den Company concert.
See? Yeah, there we go.
I ultimately think A.J. Dillon is doing the right thing and saying the right thing, and I think he actually believes what he's saying, and I think that's great. Like, if this Packers team is going to have a chance to build something special, they need to believe in one another, and they need to build walls around that building from the Ben Brusts in the world who don't believe in them.
I agree.
And
That's the right thing.
And that, if anything, is going to be sort of that magic potion that helps build the bonds that they need in order to be successful. And I think it's very possible they prove you wrong this year. Because A, the schedule is light, especially early on, so they're going to be able to make mistakes and still potentially win games. And B, like, there's a lot of times in NFL history you could point to teams that nobody expected to have success. And if they're successful this year, they're going to be really good for a long time.
And C, I'm always wrong.
That is actually true. If I'm AJ Dillon right now, I'm saying I really hope I'm opposed to Ben Brust in all of this. And I don't know if AJ's going to have a better season, but I do think his mindset is a better place in this year than it was last year. And again, you played higher level athletics than any of us. You're a better athlete than any of us, except for maybe Josh DiMaggio in certain sports, hockey and baseball specifically. And maybe Colin Russo as well. I'm not sure the kind of athlete that he is, but when I look at him, all I see is an athletic specimen. But I think, like, man, I forgot where I was. Too big of a buildup. Where was I going with that?
Forgot.
AJ Dillon, me thinking.
I didn't think he was going to let you get there.
I didn't think he was either. I kind of thought I was going to cut off. Oh, because ultimately, like, there's no pressure. Last year, there's pressure. It's Aaron, right? You went 13-3. You bowed out in the playoffs. There's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of noise. You lose Devontae Adams. This year, cards are down. Like, if this team wins 6 games, but there's pressure individually, but collectively, it's let's go out, let's have fun, let's play the ball that we know we can play, and let's go and do it. And
that's the lamest NFL way to go into a season.
Absolutely
not.
Let's
go out, let's have fun, and let's go do it. No, this is the NFL. They should be ripping heads off.
In any sector of business or team, when the pressure is off and you could just go out and focus on what you do best, you're playing freer and faster, it's going to benefit you.
Not unless you just suck, which is a capability or a possibility. I'm just saying.
His rebuttal to you, Greg, was they should be ready to rip people's heads off. That's where the conversation got.
Yesterday, I watched highlights of Alec Ingold at the foundation event blocking people.
If I hear you say this one, I've heard you say this line.
Gosh, Josh, he was opening up holes through the middle on the outside.
I'm so ready to watch football now. Football bad.
Yeah. I don't care that he's mocking me.
You should have seen his face.
Greg's?
Yeah.
I saw it in the reflection. His hair was everywhere.
Ready to run through you right now.
You beat him down.
You really have.
Yeah, this is great. Are you sure? Are you sure you still would rather be nowhere in the world than here right now?
Yes, I would, because I'm with the Scalzo and Brust family, and that's exactly where I want to be. And I'm able to tell everybody about Gina Della from Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. I love the Scalzo and Brust family, so I would never steer you wrong, family. And if you're ready to replace your windows and doors, maybe if you're not ready quite yet, but you want to learn more, go to PellaWI.com/radio. That's PellaWI.com/radio. Talk to somebody at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. The team over there is second to none. The quality of the product is second to none. There's a little bit of rotting going on in our windows right now. So we've got Pella Windows and Doors out there to look at our place. And when it comes to rotting, you don't have to worry about that ever again when you replace your windows and doors with Pella. They're so confident in the craftsmanship of each window and door. They offer the best wood warranty in the industry. They back it up. And right now, you can make payments as low as $35 per month per window, $78 per patio door. Go to PellaWI.com/radio. That's PellaWI.com/radio. Ask about that deal and ask about the opportunities, the custom options in order to replace your windows and doors. Trust me, as somebody who's done this in my older home, had them worked on projects in my newer place, and have them out there again, there's nobody better in the business. PellaWI.com/radio. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. We'll go pole dancing next. It's Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra.
You're listening to Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra.
Clearly, you can have incredible talents and just be totally screwed up.
Were you referencing me?
No.
Okay. I just
not at all. You're not screwed
that.
up at all. You're one of the best salespeople I've ever dealt with. I mean, on the air, you're weird.
Scalzo and Brust, available anywhere you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
Things are still moving slowly along southbound on the bypass out of the Zoo interchange down and around the Hale all the way almost to Loomis. The westbound side's also slowing down out of the Mitchell interchange out past 68th Street. Southbound on 43, we are looking at delays from Silver Spring down to Capitol, then back on the brakes from about Burleigh all the way down to about Locust. The northbound side's heavy from Fond du Lac Avenue up past Locust as well. Traffic is brought to you by the Golden Mast Inn. Enjoy a private gondola ride on Okachi Lake now through August 13th. Learn more and schedule your ride at goldenmastin.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Humid with evening thunderstorms likely, becoming partly cloudy with a low of 70. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, warm and humid, slight chance for showers and storms with a high of 86. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Loudga, 94.5 ESPN.
Sunday. That's right, folks. Great Lakes Dragway's 2023 race season is in full swing. Come out to see our annual events like Memorial Day Weekend, Labor Day Weekend, Nitro Streetcar Brawl, Import Wars, Larry's Fun Fest, and Bug Fest. Looking for something new and exciting? Come see the Night of Fire Jet Show. Want the track all to yourself? Email or call about a private track rental. Go to GreatLakesDragaway.com for contact information and our full season schedule. Great Lakes Dragaway, just a burnout west of I-94 on County KR. Be there.
Yeah, they're football guys, but they don't shy away from the big topics of the day.
So you won't listen to their music because of this? Was it a bad breakup?
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by American Family Insurance.
I don't know. You play one of their songs on
this
our
guy
show.
broke up with Florida Georgia Line. You should like him more.
I do like Tyler. Yeah, it's a good career move for him.
You're still not going to go to the concert.
Weekdays 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN and available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Greg Scalzo for Smart Spaces. How can Smart Spaces transform your business?
Really looking at the entire space holistically. The environment, the walls, ceilings, lighting, flooring, furniture, technology, along with acoustics.
To conceptualize how the end users are going to interact with the room, from the furniture all the way down to the AV, having that work seamlessly within the environment and often hiding within the furniture.
Let Smart Spaces transform your business today. Visit smartspaceswi.com.
Life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance because you'll feel protected no matter how the wind blows. All so you can keep enjoying the home of your dreams. And our expert agents can help you save up to 23% when you bundle home with auto. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. American Family Insurance. Get a quote? Find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
From the tee box to the green and everything golf-related in between.
Same thing with Xander and Cantley. Like those four, because you know you're just going to pair them together. Like those four are safe on this Ryder Cup team. They're safe in 2 years on that Ryder Cup team.
On the tee with Gabe Neitzel and Stephen Watson.
Like JT and Spieth are still your horses. Like they are still your first team out.
On the tee with Gabe and Steven, presented by Wisconsin Golf Trips. Mondays at 6 on 94.5 ESPN.
Magoo's on the Mound is your game day headquarters. Located on 59th and Blue Mound, just minutes from the ballpark. Magoo's has food options for everyone and a vast selection of craft beers and cocktails. Enjoy some drinks and watch all the games with your buds. Or stay entertained with pool, darts, trivia, poker, or live music. Plus, Magoo's on the Mound offers plenty of free parking and shuttles to all home games for the crew. Check out their food and drink menu as well as upcoming events at magoos.biz. That's magoos.biz.
You're listening to Scalzo and Brust on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it.
Wisconsin. Ben Brust, Greg Scalzo, Josh DiMaggio, and Colin Russo. You, the Scalzo and Brust family, call and text at 800-990-ESPN, 800-990-3776. Shaping up to be a beautiful weekend here. So it's time to go pole dancing.
They've got questions, and we've got answers. Time to give the people what they want. Let's go pole dancing on Scalzo and Brust. Brought to you by Great Lakes Dragaway. A 1/4-mile-long drag strip plus a drift pad. Even drive your own car on the track. Find full event schedule and ticket information at GreatLakesDragaway.com.
You've pole danced before, right, Benny? You're doing it right now on the microphone.
I've never pole danced.
Ever?
Never.
You've pole danced.
Guys, don't try and paint me in this
like
light.
a party bus with the pole in the middle.
All right, maybe I've dabbled.
Yeah.
Big time. Every week we go up and down the dial, 100.5 ESPN in Madison, 94.5 ESPN in Milwaukee, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. Shout out to Dodge County, home of the Golden Beavers. To all of our fellow shows, all of our fellow hosts, the questions they themselves couldn't answer, the polls that they posted, and we say, you know what? We'll help you answer that. Joshua, what do we got this week?
First one we got here is from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, which you can hear 7 to 9 a.m. on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee. If there are leftovers in the fridge at home, are they free game for anyone who's hungry? Have at it, 72%. Keep your paws off, 28%.
No, they're missing an answer here. Ask.
Yeah, you just gotta communicate.
Like, I'm okay if you because I may not want it the next day, right? A lot of the times you eat a meal and then you're like, I don't want the same thing again the next day. But if that person ate a different meal and sees your leftovers and want, just be like, hey, you can eat that? I'd probably be like, no, go ahead. I don't plan on eating it anyways. Stupid poll by them.
And we're talking between spouses here, right? Because I feel like
it's
kids,
like a familial.
I feel like kids at some point though, like if you have like a 12-year-old, I feel like the 12-year-old, that's just fair game. Like
it's
they can
it's
eat
have
anything.
at it for kids.
For kids, like when I was growing, like I wouldn't even never think to ask. It's just
I would. Every time I brought leftovers home as a young kid, I would tell my father, "Please do not eat that," or "Have at it. I brought it home so you could have it."
Yeah.
Because if you don't, the suckers are gone.
Jamie's gonna take it down.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I love. My dad was the best. Like he was like, make sure you like. He would be like, make sure you eat whatever was in the fridge. Like even if I wasn't at the dinner that he went to, I brought home some pork chops. You know,
Love Big
Johnny
John.
B.
Love Big John.
Fed me well. Next.
I just want to linger in that for a little bit.
Hey, Joshy, did you see what just happened?
No.
Benny one-upped your dad right there.
He did. He dad-upped me.
You told the Jamie story about him gobbling up your food,
okay.
and then he was like, "Oh yeah, my dad's better than yours. He's the best."
Is it possible that because Josh talked about his dad, it made me think about my dad in a positive light as well, and it wasn't meant to one-up? Our dads
But you
are
could have just
equally
kept it
lovely.
to yourself.
No, they both deserve shout-outs.
See, the difference
Equal.
is... Shout out Big John, first off. Let me get that out there first of all.
Love Big John.
My anecdote was applicable to the story. Yours was simply, my dad would bring me home food a lot.
Yeah, completely not related. Well, somewhat related, but not answering.
It was tangentially related.
Correct.
He did.
Hey, what a nice guy.
Great guy.
That's what I said. I just said he was great. And then I said next.
All right, let's move on to Homer and Tony here, which you can hear 2 to 4 on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee. Do you think the world is better today than it was in the 80s and 90s? Better now, 25%. Better in the 80s and 90s, 75%.
This poll is so incredibly skewed. Because, like, a kid now wouldn't know what it is. You know what I mean?
I was just going to say,
and if
I
you're,
don't know what the 90s were like.
And I hate to say it, but if you're 50 or, 50 now, you probably look back at the days you were in your 20s and you're like, yeah, those were good days.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
And this is coming from somebody who believes they would actually fit better in an earlier era.
Of course.
But it's it's what a question.
Yeah, this surprisingly.
I wasn't alive in the 80s. I was born in 91. So I was 9 years old at 8 or 9 years old at the end of the 90s. So how am I supposed to know if it was great?
This surprisingly came from Chris Larson, was the one who said this, that made them post it on the poll.
That old soul.
I mean, you could argue ultimately that there's a lot of things as far as people's fulfillment and happiness and mental health that are actually worse off today than they were. But there's also a lot of things you could argue back and be like, well, is that really actually representative, or did people just not be willing to talk about things and suffered silence? And
right.
It also probably depends on how you grew up, or who you are as a person, and
medical advances, quality of life type stuff.
There's a lot that goes on. I don't like this question. Why did you pick this question, Ben?
Because I didn't know how to answer it.
I gave him 22 questions, Greg, and he decided
you picked that one.
He liked 4 total.
You didn't chime in.
I trusted you. I trust my guys on the field.
Again, you gotta learn at some point that you gotta insert yourself in here.
No, I actually think you've earned my trust on pole dancing.
That's what she said.
And what do I always say? When you have a strong take on something, let's go there. It's just you didn't even give a strong take on it.
No, I didn't. I didn't
That's
know how
why
to
I
answer
asked.
it.
It's a
Your
horrible.
take was I wasn't born and I was 9.
Correct. All right, let's see if I chose a good one.
We
next.
got Friday energy, Greg.
He's done with the show.
We got 3 birthday dinners coming this weekend.
I think this one's also from Homer and Tony, but I didn't label it.
He's
so they get
standing
credit.
up. He's smiling into the camera.
Dude, I don't look into the camera.
The good
You
thing
were
about,
pole dancing on your microphone earlier.
But I'm saying I don't look into the camera. I know I'm on camera.
The good thing about him standing up is you can only see his chin and down. So we're just looking at his chest.
Strong
the
chin.
camera.
No, sit down.
Strong chin.
Thanks.
What's the biggest reason you believe in the Packers this season? Elite run game, Keyshawn Nixon return game, healthy offensive line, or talented?
Where did this one come from?
I don't know. I forgot. I
Come
didn't
on.
label it.
This was a good one to pick, right? Right, Greg?
Only if you're going to rip on them using Keyshawn Nixon return game as an option.
He had one good year. Do you know how hard it is to be a good returner?
No.
And they're making it even harder for returners to...
No. It's hard to be a returner. I agree with you. How much harder is it for a good returner to drive success for a team? There's been one maybe in history, and it was Devin Hester, and even then I could argue it was that defense was really good.
Fair. I mean, but it was they were known as defense and special teams, so I would give that one a pass.
Yeah, you could call the 2001 Patriots too with Troy Brown.
Never been known as defense and special teams. Elite run game? No. Elite run game?
No, I think the only two
offensive line
reasonable answers in this are elite run game and healthy offense.
No, I still scrap elite run game.
Why? Run game's coming back, Benny.
I guess talk to me about believe in the season.
Look at the Niners.
If believe in the season means win the North, sure, I could having an elite run game can help them be successful with a healthy offensive line.
Yeah,
and
believe in the Packers this season to get wins.
Dubs.
That's what you're looking for as a team. You've got two guys that I could argue. Let me finish. You made your point.
Friday Energy, I'll shut up. Sorry.
You could argue that the Packers have two top 20 running backs. A.J. Dillon hasn't proved himself yet, but you could argue it. And if that offensive line is great, right, could you conceivably run your way and dominate through the run game, and that limits how good your defense has to be? Yeah, I could see why that allows you to believe in this Packers team. You're also talking about an offensive coach in Matt LaFleur who comes from
the Shanahan system, and he runs the crap out of the football, and it helps make his quarterback not have to make as many big throws. You just got to keep a couple intermediate or across the middle.
And if you want to be an anti-Aaron Rodgers guy, of which I'm not, you could say that Aaron Rodgers prevented Matt LaFleur from implementing a heavy run scheme, which he wanted to run all this time, which is why he was invested so heavily in running backs. You can make that argument.
I don't even know what I was going to yell about anymore. Next, Josh.
All right, last one here from Rutledge and Hamilton. You're 2-4 on 100.5 ESPN Madison. Matt Hamilton believes the Badgers will win 11 games this season. Are you with him or is he crazy? With him, 54. Disagree, 46.
Jeez,
shouldn't the option be he's crazy?
Yeah, disagree is not the right. Stroph's running the poll. That makes a lot of sense. Russo, talk to your guy. He's crazy. 11 games this season, in a first year, they have Ohio State at home. And I don't care what you think about the excitement of the Badgers. They just landed another 4-star running back recruit. That guy doesn't play next year. Like Greg said in my fan brain conversation yesterday, it's more fair to look at the 3-year window than it is the next year window. And I'm still saying they're going to have a successful season. I think 8 wins or more successful. To think they're going to win 11 games and have 54% of the people say, yeah, that's not crazy at all. It's freaking crazy.
That's a really high number. I would expect that to be around 25%. It should be around 25%. You look at this Badger schedule and it's light this year. So I understand that you could play the schedule game and convince yourself that they can beat every team on the schedule except for Ohio State, right? But then you look at it and you say, but they're still going to slip up again. They're still going to do it.
They haven't gotten the in-state kids either.
The better question is, how many games will the Badgers be favored in this year?
9. Dun, dun, dun.
I would say 9.
I mean, who's going to be favored against them?
Is there
outside of Ohio State
game somewhere?
Road game against Purdue? No. Washington State? No. Illinois, possibly.
They lost so much.
Indiana, no. Minnesota, possibly.
Maybe.
But we're gonna think it's all gonna be dependent on how good the season goes. So
but how many times do we do this, Greg? And then there's a game where we thought was gonna be big, and then they stink.
I'm not saying they're not gonna lose more than one. I'm saying it's possible they're favored in 11 games. I don't think they'll win 11 games. I think they can be favored the favorite in 11 games this season.
I guess what I'm also trying to get at still is there's games on the schedule that don't look like losses, that early on in the season they may slip up on one, which may adjust them being favored in all of them.
I agree.
They are
Other than Ohio State.
23.5-point favorites against Buffalo in week 1 currently. It's a lot.
It's a lot. I got the Badgers on that.
It's already in.
I'm scared.
We're bringing out the Scalzo and Brust dual betting account.
I mean, we have to for football
season.
Goodness. What else are we going to do? 800-990-ESPN, 800-990-3776. Let me tell you about American Family Insurance. Go to amfam.com to find your local American Family Insurance agent, especially if you're a first-time home buyer. You're getting ready to be a first-time home buyer. The market's tough now. A lot of questions going on. See how insurance fits your plans. And call an agent at amfam.com, because it's not just you going online, trying to do your own research, not feeling comfortable asking people questions, and then if you do have a question, having to go to a chat bot on a website or call some 800 number and wait on hold, right? No, with AmFam, you have an agent. They help you build your own policy. They help you with answering questions, giving you the right policy that fits what you need and what you're seeking. And the best part is they're working with you. They're giving you answers to your questions. They're helping you every step of the way when you have to submit a claim. Trust me, it's who I work with, and they've been nothing short of spectacular as a first-time home owner. And remember, when you protect both your home and auto with American Family, you can save up to 28%. So find your local American Family Insurance agent at amfam.com. It's Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra.
You're listening to Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra.
This is what happens when we leave those two together.
What did we do? What
We
did I
didn't
do?
do anything.
You guys,
I don't know if
We
Ben
got
gets
Aaron
dumber when he
Rodgers'
goes to
number one
Madison, or if he
supporter
makes
and
everyone
Brian
dumber.
Gutekunst's number one supporter.
you guys create a super soldier of stupidity over there.
Scalzo and Brust, available anywhere you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
Well, things are starting to wind down a bit. We do still have some delays along southbound 43. It's going to take you about 17 minutes to get from Brown Deer Road into downtown. That'll be a 6-minute delay. The northbound side's a bit heavy as well. Basically from North Avenue up to Keefe, it's 13 to get from downtown to Brown Deer. Southbound on 41, it's going to be 16 minutes to get from Highway Q to the zoo, so just a couple of extra minutes there. And then eastbound from the zoo into downtown, you are looking at about an 11-minute ride, so that's going to take you an extra 4. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, humid with evening thunderstorms likely becoming partly cloudy with a low of 70. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, warm and humid with a slight chance for showers and thunderstorms, a high of 86. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Yeah, they're football guys, but they don't shy away from the big topics of the day.
So you won't listen to their music because of this? Was it a bad breakup?
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by American Family Insurance.
I don't know. You play one of their songs on this guy show. Broke up with Florida Georgia Line. You should like him more.
I do like Tyler. Yeah, it's a good career move for him.
You're still not going to go to the concert.
Weekdays 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN and available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Myron Metcalf.
What is unhappy Damian Lillard, right? Like, so he's going to make $50 million a year for the next 4 years. Like, what do you mean unhappy? Is he like everybody's sitting at the lunch table and Dame takes his plate and goes to the corner and turns his back to the team? Like, what is unhappy Dame? It's weird to me because, yes, ideally, if you trade for Dame, you want him to be excited about playing for you. Like, no one wants a disgruntled superstar. At the same time, this almost sounds like a threat to me, like against the Blazers. Like, if you don't listen to this guy and give him to Miami, it's not going to work out in your favor. But if I'm the Blazers, no matter what Dame has done for my franchise, I'm going to be selfish because I have to go forward with this team without him. My number one goal can't be trying to accommodate Dame Lillard, but I just don't know when people say unhappy Dame, I'm like, is he not going to participate in the group chat?
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack.
You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/FREE. ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
It's Scalzo and Brust on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it.
Ultra. Scalzo and Brust presented by Michelob Ultra on a Friday. Ben Brust, Greg Scalzo, Josh DiMaggio, Colin Russo. You, the Scalzo and Brust family, calling, texting 800-990-ESPN, 800-990-3776. Terrence, the Amazon driver, chiming in, saying,
Sup, Terrence?
I totally agree with Big Benny.
Yes, sir.
It's Love's first full year being a quarterback in the NFL. He's going to definitely throw a lot of picks. And, of course, through this season, he will learn, and we just have to hope that his second year, he will do better. Every defense that he faces knows it's his first full year being a starting quarterback. So they'll be throwing everything they got at him. And nobody knows how he's going to do. But in all reality, it's like his rookie season, guys. Every single quarterback struggles in the rookie season. Doesn't matter that he's been sitting behind Aaron Rodgers or not. It's still his first year. Let's get real here. Okay, that's why I agree with my guy, Big Ben. I do hope, though, that I am wrong and that he is spectacular and surprises all of us. But let's face it, it's the NFL. Guys looking to, as Big Ben said, rip their heads off. Plane landed, Joshy. Well done, Terrence, the Amazon driver.
What do we think about Big Ben as a nickname for me?
I don't think you want to be associated with Big Ben Rock.
Yo,
yeah.
I get it now.
Yeah.
I think he's a Steelers fan.
I don't think Terrence, the Amazon driver, was doing that to draw a comparison to you with
I don't
Big Ben
think so,
Rock.
but I can see why it's more top of mind is what I was getting at.
Sure.
That being said, I don't know if you saw, Greg, I have decided that I'm going to get my master's. I don't know why you're laughing.
What are you talking about?
There's an 8-week course at the UW Green Bay on Packers history. And I don't know if 8 weeks of course credit qualifies for getting your master's, but I think it'd be beneficial.
Do you know what a master's actually means?
No. Like, I know it's higher education, it's grad school.
Like what do you think if some kid, if a young
it's
child,
more specific to a study, right?
Do you know what an associate's degree is?
2-year college?
Bachelor's degree.
What I have, 4.
And then there are certain master's programs. There's different kinds of masters. There's doctorate programs.
Yeah.
There's different levels of higher education. Yes.
Yes. There's different.
An 8-week course. This is the 8-week course that UW Green Bay is doing.
Would I get a certificate for this, you think?
I'm sure you would get a printed piece of paper.
Hell yeah.
I guarantee they wouldn't mail it to you. It would be printable from your computer.
Yeah.
You'd receive it as a PDF via email.
That's fine. I recently found my diploma. So it would be nice to have a diploma and a certificate from University of Wisconsin Green Bay highlighting my 8-week course on Packers history.
So first of all, I don't understand why they're doing this. This seems like the ultimate cash grab, which makes a mockery out of a public university here that's a state university. Because it's a joke, right? Like it's
businesses in Green Bay are good at the cash grab. Mark Murphy sells pieces of paper. Green Bay's kind of doing the same thing.
They're in the paper business.
I guess a lot of paper being sold in Green Bay, and they make paper up there. So that's a very effective vertical integration there.
Thank you.
I think there is a 0.001% chance you would actually attend all 8 classes and attentively do the work. Now, I can't imagine, because this is such a cash grab, they're not going to do like quizzes, right?
I can't think so.
You think it's pass-fail?
I doubt there's a grade. It's a non-credited.
Who's paying for this?
Scalzo and Brust family is.
There's enough documentaries and books written about the history of the Green Bay Packers that you can access for free.
Is the 8-week course in between reading a book for Ben? Because we could give him a history of the Packers book that would tell him all this, but we know he's not going to read it.
Correct, but
I'm an audio learner.
But my point is I guarantee you there's documentaries that have been made about the history of the Green Bay Packers through NFL Films and other things, where all you'd have to do is curate a list of things to watch on your own. Like, they're not giving you homework here, right? It's not like, hey, you have to read this book and we're going to come back this next week. I would respect it more if it were an actual course like that. But upon first read, it just seems like this is just like a, hey, we're doing our own thing and we're going to charge $130. Is that it?
Yeah, like 140, I believe.
Yeah.
Ben, what if one of these classes lined up with CGL? We know you love CGL. Are you going to attend the
For
class?
those that don't know what CGL is, it's my Pride and Joy men's league.
It's a rec intramural basketball league.
Rec specs, things of that nature. Mm-hmm. What would you do in that situation?
I might play in the CGL this year.
You can't.
I'll start a team. Josh, you want to be in the CGL? All right.
It's in
We'll play in the intramural.
Invite only, and you guys are
What do you
losers
mean?
and
I got an invite. Everyone's got an invite to the CGL.
There's a height limit.
And you're over it at 6 feet tall?
Yeah.
All right. You just got over the bar at 6 feet?
No 5'6", guys.
I don't think that's true.
No, it is.
You were the shortest one on your CGL championship team.
So?
I'm saying so. Maybe
you're not
right.
going to get under my skin. You're not going to get under my skin. He's not going to get under my skin. Woosa. What was your question, Josh?
Would you ditch the COD squad for class?
Yes.
For real, or would it be up on TV too?
The class on TV too, playing COD? That's not a bad idea.
See, like, this is such a mockery right now. Such a mockery.
I was going to
Ron
say.
in the Key says, Ben won't do a 5-minute stand-up. You ditched out on that. Won't do a real Seltzer Mile or Mick Ultra Mile. Ditched out on that. Won't read a book. Ditched out on that. The Wheel of Punishment remains unfinished. Dipped out on that. This degree ain't happening. And then he also follows that up with the Can't Grow League because you're 6 feet tall.
What if man, it's funny you said that. Somebody came up to me and said, you guys got to go back to doing punishments. What if we actually did it? Like
all of the punishments
that I was supposed to do.
I think we should dedicate ourselves to doing all of the punishments and fulfilling our promises.
Let's curate. Like,
we don't have to curate. I used that word earlier in the segment. You just spit it right back at me.
No, you said something about integrated verticals.
No, I'm saying, but like curate's not the right word. We just literally do the punish. Like we always do this to ourselves. We're like, oh, we have to do all these things. All we have to do is do the damn punishments.
Yeah, so let's take the show to a track where we know 4 miles around the track is a mile. Each lap I do, I got to finish a beer, and it's visible to you guys, so I can't cheat.
No, we'll make somebody run with you around the building here. It's funnier if you're doing it in downtown Milwaukee.
Yeah, but there's more of a chance somebody tackles me or arrests me.
Why is anyone going to arrest you?
What? Because, like, it looks weird when I'm on the phone running. I don't know.
AirPods, the way we did it last time.
What about beer?
See, you're making this harder than you need to try to not do it.
Fine. You know what? Next week. Let me check. No, not next week.
See, Joshy?
We're
doing it all over again. I've got member guests next week. I got member guests next week.
We're at Road America on Wednesday. I'm out Thursday, Friday. I don't think it's healthy to do a Monday or two. Monday I have basketball.
Yeah, I mean, see, we're right back in it. We're right back in it, everybody. Benny, just stop even pretending and tell us about Palermo's. It's something I know you can do.
No.
Nobody believes you.
No.
A Mick Ultra
I don't
Mile.
want you to do it.
The Michelob Ultra Mile is on Scalzo and Brust, July 18th on Tuesday. So what I will tell you I'm going to do is measure out. I'm going to walk a mile.
I will get the course. I will get the actual course.
Sounds good. July 18th. Book it.
City blocks generally give us a good idea of distance.
We'll figure it out. If it's not, we'll figure it out.
What am I telling you about?
Palermo's, please.
Oh, so screaming good. As long as you have, if I'm going to have a Mick Ultra, beer and pizza goes together well. So you just got to promise me once I finish the Mick Ultra mile that there will be a Palermo's. So we have a couple in the freezer here at the Avenue. Just make sure an OG Boss Hog is in our little pizza oven there. That's what I was hoping for. Find your screaming pleasure in your local grocer's freezer, whether it be this stuffed crust cheese, the thin and crispy, or the OG Screamins, because you have Bessie's Revenge, you have the Holy Pepperoni, you know what that means, the Boss Hog, the Mother of Meat, the Supremus Maximus, the Mambo Italiano. Very good, Josh. Find your screaming pleasure and stay tuned for free beer and pizza Friday.
Free what?
Free beer and pizza.
All right, get it clean.
Free beer and free pizza Friday, next on Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra.
You're listening to Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra.
And this is my song, by the way, that you like, Joshy.
Yeah, after we picked on you, I've decided to brighten you up a little.
You know what? Thank you. And this song is called Brighter Days. So now I'm feeling brighter. And you know what? We got off to a weird start. Vibes were down. But I'm feeling
Vibes weren't down. You just had a bad segment.
You just ruined it.
Scalzo and Brust. Available anywhere you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand. You're listening to Scalzo and...
Greg Scalzo to tell you about 3 Tree Marketing, a full-service branded merchandise agency using creative merchandising to share your company's story. You could be the envy of others with specialized gifting and onboarding kits from 3 Tree. My favorite part about this is it shows their creativity and exactly who they are. They will listen to your business, become an extension of your team, and they'll handle things from A to Z, from ideation and brainstorming, collaboration, all the way to logistics, and finally execution and delivery. See what I'm talking about. See what else 3 Tree Marketing can do for your team at 3treemarketing.com.
Woo! I am thirsty today. Definitely going to need a cold one. There's the one. Justin from Downdren's Distillery is joining me on Ben's Beer Fridge to share what separates Downdren's from other distilleries. And for him, it's about being local.
We're a fairly new distillery, but we've created a lot of things that are, again, focused on ingredients you can find in Wisconsin, like Door County cherries, fresh peppers that are grown in Cottage Grove, where the distillery is, and then have that distributed throughout the state to make cocktails that have a Wisconsin flair to them and a very consistent taste, and at the same time are really fun to make into your own version of any kind of cocktail, too.
Thanks again to Justin from Downdren's for giving us some insight on the local connections they have, whether it's beer or the best cocktail on tap for you this summer. Remember, folks, the fridge should always be stocked.
Keep the good times rolling every Sunday with GKB founder and CEO Craig Karmazin on Sunday Karma.
No rum shaking. Did you say that off the air, Kyle? You got to say that on the air. It was not rum shaking. It was not anything inappropriate. It just was totally irrelevant.
Sunday Karma with Craig Karmazin.
Because isn't that how GMs get chosen, right? You trade up, in my opinion, cost the team a chance to win a championship.
Sundays from 10 to noon on ESPN Wisconsin.
Harley-Davidson is turning 120 and you're invited. Join us July 13th through 16th at the Harley-Davidson Homecoming Festival for 4 days and nights packed with music, motoculture, and activities for enthusiasts of all ages. There won't be any time for downtime at this party. Foo Fighters, Cody Jinks, Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, and White Reaper will all be there to kick the party into high gear on July 15th. You don't want to miss this. It's going to be epic. Buy your tickets today at harleydavidson.com/homecoming ticket.
Sunday. That's right, folks. Great Lakes Dragway's 2023 race season is in full swing. Come out to see our annual events like Memorial Day Weekend, Labor Day Weekend, Nitrous Streetcar Brawl, Import Wars, Larry's Fun Fest, and Bug Fest. Looking for something new and exciting? Come see the Night of Fire Jet Show. Want the track all to yourself? Email or call about a private track rental. Go to GreatLakesDragaway.com for contact information and our full season schedule. Great Lakes Dragaway, just a burnout west of I-94 on County KR. Be there.
Enjoy a world of street food fare in the largest tequila collection in town at Blue Bat Kitchen and Tequileria. Blue Bat is a destination for some of Milwaukee's best tacos, shareable appetizers, and margaritas in a fun environment right on the river in the historic 3rd Ward, serving up global flavors and good times 7 days a week. Blue Bat Kitchen will also turn your next party into a full-blown fiesta with an off-site catering taco bar. Visit Blue Bat Kitchen on Water Street or check out bluebatkitchen.com.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank. And you know, there's more to being a local Wisconsin bank than perfectly pronouncing Oconomowoc or Waukesha. Or is it Waukesha? But rest assured, at Great Midwest Bank, we understand the local community and economy because we're a part of it. At GMB, we provide customized lending products that others just can't offer. Experience a hometown banking difference. Head to greatmidwestbank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
It's free beer and free pizza Friday on Scalzo and Brust. Stay tuned to win a case of beer from Ben's Beer Fridge and the overtop deliciousness of a screamin' Sicilian pizza. Whew, it's so screamin' good.
Save me, save me, save me.
Love me some sax, baby.
Save me.
Scalzo and Brust on a Friday across ESPN Wisconsin. You excited for the weekend, Ben?
Oh, yeah.
You have something in your mouth right now?
No.
Gross. Are you chewing and talking at the same time on the radio?
No, you literally
Did you
can't
spend the
tell.
entire break texting with the biggest smile on your face? Texting your girlfriend instead of eating your goldfish, and now you're trying to eat your goldfish during the segment?
Yes.
I know, I was watching you.
And I'm going to wash it down with some Water Joe, baby, because that's clean, healthy energy. And I got a ton of it from Water Joe. Long week, a lot of travels. Greg and I were in Madison on Tuesday and Thursday. I was at a Dockhounds game Wednesday. A lot of driving, and I needed clean, healthy energy to keep me up, and that's why Water Joe was here for me. Again, no off taste, just tastes just like water. Pick it up at any of your favorite local retailers. Got some big weekends coming up here. Gonna be a little, slow to wake up in the morning. So I'm gonna get some Water Joe in me. Water Joe. Pick it up at your local retailers.
It is official. Ben Brust, next Tuesday, a Mick Ultra Mile.
Are you smarter than Ben Brust? Is 5 o'clock.
We're gonna go right at 5:30.
Whew.
You should take less than 30 minutes to complete it.
Yeah.
You also cheated on your corn maze run.
Oh, I forgot about that one. Does that mean I have to go out to Jacobson Orchards and
Maybe.
do the corn maze? And
Maybe this fall. Yes.
This is collect all the things that I've done wrong?
We got to figure out what I haven't done as well either. And we'll pay all of them off. But it is official next Tuesday. Line up around the 3rd Street Market Hall in our studios here as Ben does a Mick Ultra Mile. Benny, it's free beer and pizza Friday. Send out the Scalzo and Brust family the right way.
800-990-3776. Caller 1 in Madison. Caller 1 in Milwaukee. You know how it goes. You win free beer, a case of beer, and Palermo's Pizza. This week we got Down Drinks cocktails, so you're going to get some distilled stuff. Change it up a bit. 800-990-3776. Down Drinks cocktails, Palermo's Pizza, caller 1 in Madison, caller 1 in Milwaukee, 800-990-3776.
Have a weekend, Wisconsin!
Well, looks like we finish off with a broken down vehicle southbound 41 just south of North Avenue. The right lane is blocked with this, so that's going to be causing some issues. We've got delays coming in from about Hampton all the way down to that point. Northbound side still a bit tight from about Blue Mound Road up past Swan Boulevard. Southbound on 43 on the brakes from Silver Spring all the way down to about North Avenue. Same thing for the northbound side. Well, technically slowing from North Avenue up past Keefe. Once you make it past that, you should be okay all the way into Ozaukee County. Traffic is brought to you by the Great Lakes Dragway, a quarter-mile-long drag strip, plus a drift pad. Even drive your own car on the track. Find full event schedules and ticket information at greatlakesdragaway.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Humid with evening thunderstorms likely, becoming partly cloudy, a low of 70. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, warm and humid, slight chance for showers and thunderstorms, a high of 86. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5.